Lucifer's Revenge. In the celestial aftermath of Lucifer's rebellion, when heaven still stank of scorched feathers and divine blood, the fallen morning star did not merely seethe with resentment, he rotted with it. Once bathed in holy radiance, Lucifer was hurled screaming from the heights for his pride and betrayal, cast out not only from heaven, but from remembrance itself. As he fell, his wings burned away layer by layer. Each feather that tore loose became something else, an eye, a whisper, a promise. By the time he struck the abyss, Lucifer no longer wept. He learned something far more terrible than rage. He learned patience. Hell welcomed him with corridors that breathed. Walls pulsed like veins. The screams of the damned were not noise but language, and Lucifer learned to speak it fluently. The corridors of hell echoed with his anguished cries and sinister whispers, weaving a tapestry of treacherous plots that stretched upward, threading themselves through shadows, mirrors, and dreams. Above, in the earthly realm, blissfully unaware of the cosmic infection spreading beneath creation, Gabriel continued his tireless work as a messenger of God. He moved unseen among humanity, carrying words too heavy for mortal throats. Amidst the sacred halls of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, ancient echoes of devotion resonated, prayers layered upon prayers, thick as dust. Gabriel lingered there often. The tomb was a wound in reality, a place where death had failed once before. The air shimmered faintly, as if the world remembered something it wished it could forget. That was why Lucifer chose it. Now ruler of the underworld, Lucifer conceived a plan not born of impulse, but of intimate understanding. He knew Gabriel's nature, his hope, his compassion, his belief that even the fallen might be redeemed. Whispering deceitful promises of ending the holy war that ravaged both heaven and earth, Lucifer threaded his voice through cracks in creation until it reached Gabriel's mind like a remembered thought. A meeting, the whisper said. Peace. A clandestine meeting at the tomb of Christ, where the boundary between the celestial and mortal realms thinned like decaying skin. Gabriel hesitated, but hope is the most dangerous weakness of all. When Gabriel arrived, his ethereal wings cast a gentle glow across the church's stone floor. The candles did not flicker. They leaned. Shadows stretched in directions light should not allow. The air thickened, heavy and sour, pressing against his lungs despite his immortal form. Lucifer waited. When the voice emerged from the darkness, it was not loud. It was intimate, too close. Gabriel, it said, dripping with venomous charm, bearer of tidings, we can end this ceaseless war. Meet me in the shadows, and together we shall forge a new destiny. Curiosity mingled with hope. Gabriel stepped forward. The shadows moved. They peeled back like wet flesh, and Lucifer revealed himself, not as the angel he once was, but as the truth he had become. A colossal dragon unfolded inside the church, its body scraping stone, its wings tearing through sacred arches. Scales gleamed with malevolence, each etched with screaming faces locked in eternal agony. Its eyes burned with the fires of hell, vast, ancient, knowing. Its mouth opened. Lucifer lunged. Gabriel barely raised his staff before the dragon struck, the impact hurling him through pillars that shattered like brittle bone. Hellfire washed over the altar, blackening scripture and stone alike. Gabriel retaliated, unleashing searing light that burned great wounds into the dragon's flank. But the creature only laughed, the sound vibrating through every tooth in Gabriel's skull. The dragon coiled, constricting, crushing. Claws raked Gabriel's wings, tearing feathers free. Each feather that fell turned black mid-air and dissolved into ash before touching the ground. You still believe, Lucifer hissed, circling him, that this ends with righteousness. The church began to collapse inward as the battle escalated. Divine light clashing against hellfire, the sound like thunder screaming in agony. Gabriel struck again and again, each blow slower than the last. Then the heavens answered. The ceiling split. Blinding radiance poured down as Michael descended, sword blazing with absolute authority. He struck the dragon's wing, severing it in a spray of burning ichor. Lucifer roared, lashing out, claws meeting blade in a shower of sparks, the scorched reality itself. The two forces collided, dragon and archangel, locked in a brutal struggle that shook the foundations of the church. Michael drove forward, muscles straining, wings blazing. With a final deafening cry, he severed the dragon's neck. The head hit the stone, but Lucifer did not die. His body convulsed, reforming, screaming from every wound. The air screamed with him. Then the light came. Not warmth, not mercy, judgment. The Almighty manifested as solid brilliance, filling every corner of the shattered church. The light surged forward, wrapping Lucifer in burning radiance. The fallen one shrieked as his form unraveled, his essence dragged screaming back into the depths of hell. But before he vanished, he looked at Gabriel, and he smiled. Silence followed. As the magical light evaporated, Michael and Gabriel both bowed in loyalty, though Gabriel's hands trembled. Michael turned to his dear friend and spoke quietly. "You are very lucky. His eyes are everywhere." Gabriel lifted his gaze slowly. "His eyes?" he asked. "Or yours?" Michael did not answer. The shadows did. Somewhere far below, something patient laughed. The end.